Damn. Okay.
Yo!
Yes.
Let's fucking go! Okay.
Yes.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Project Manga podcast. I'm Noxie.
I'm Kiko.
Eagle.
And Nickums.
And we are back with the tie-ins, baby. And this time we are revisiting a topic that we have talked about before on this channel. We figured it was time to start knocking out some of these part twos. So we're looking at potential supporting character spin-off stories, part dos. And now that we have Nick here, we figured this would be an incredible topic to revisit. And if you haven't seen the first iteration of this topic, feel free to visit the link tree down below, because that's where I'm going to put the link for that first episode. That's also where I'm going to put the link for our link tree, so that you can see all of us on our social media platforms, online communities, other ways to consume the podcast inside of Spotify, Apple Music, what have you, and ways to donate to the podcast if you would feel so generous. And getting into the topic at hand, supporting character spin-off stories is something that we feel like everyone has thought about. And when you look at any series that you follow, the main character is obviously the focus, but a lot of stories really knock it out of the park with the supporting cast that they provide, and they provide very in-depth potential story arcs that they don't really flesh out entirely. So we're asking the question of, what would it look like to follow that character from the very beginning of their character arc that we didn't get in this main story that's focused on an entirely different character? So that is the philosophy behind this topic, and let's get into it. To start the conversation off, I feel like since Nick is new, Nickums, who do you think is the first one you want to talk about tonight?
Thank you. Yes. So this pick, last tangential tie-ins, I hinted at this one. So let's just carry this conversation from last week. Last tangential tie-ins, we were talking about Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball universe, and so my first pick will be Master Roshi.
Yes.
Right. So we were talking about him in the last episode. I just feel like there's a ton of potential with Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Normally his jokes, are kind of he's a pervy old man kind of thing.
Yeah,
but he wasn't always an old man.
Right.
And that he's hundreds of years old.
Yes.
He has probably a rich history, a rich backstory that we could easily pull a short series from let's explore, how did he get here? You know what I mean? How did he get the elixir of life that gave him, all this age or whatever? How did he learn? How did he learn Kamehameha Wave? Exactly. How did he learn the evil containment wave? How did he
never got the origin of the Kamehameha wave?
Not the Kamehameha wave, but we did get the evil containment wave.
Sure.
Not the Kamehameha. He invented the Kamehameha wave himself.
As
far as we ever know.
That arc, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Me too. Yeah, and the evil containment wave, there's just a little tiny bit of story on it, which is great, because when I'm envisioning this, I'm looking, because there was it was like Roshi and Shen when they were like teenagers, and they showed that like when they both were first starting in their martial arts school before they created their own schools and their own fighting styles, because that would be really great to see him create his own fighting style, which is, we kind of talked about it, is really just training really hard, but but there's definitely turtle hermit martial arts that are used, even though it's never like explained in Dragon Ball.
Right.
So I would love that. I would love
the origin of the turtle school. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. All that, definitely.
Yeah, dude. So like potential arcs. Okay, so like we have, obviously, like it would be really cool to see like have we ever seen like a really young Yoshi or Roshi?
That's the youngest you see him, is like 16 or whatever.
So we do see him like in his teenage years.
There's only one tiny little flashback in Dragon Ball during Evil Containment Wave, where because Mutai Ito, his master, used the Evil Containment Wave on King Piccolo first and killed himself and sealed himself, and that's why Master Roshi knows about it, obviously. So, but there was only a tiny little bit of the rivalry between Roshi and Shen, which would be a great thing to go into for a backstory. And then obviously, how did he even become a pupil of Mutaito's school, like all that shit. Like there's so much you could do with that. And there's obviously hundreds of years of a gap between that flashback and current Dragon Ball.
Exactly.
We were talking about Baba, like
his sister.
Shit.
Yeah, Baba could
so
definitely
many potential story arcs, especially with a character that's that old that we know so little about.
Yes.
Like Toriyama could really go crazy with that.
Right.
If he wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could still retain the humor, I think, probably with the character of Jackie Chun, right? So he has this alternate ego that apparently is world famous, a world famous martial artist. That's just him in a wig. You know what I mean? And so like, how did that start? And you could probably have a lot of like say like a parallel story might be like Gohan and Great Saiyaman. You know what I mean? Just this guy. Like why did he even think he needed an alter ego in the first place?
Maybe
what was going on in his life at that time?
Jackie Chun?
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
Yeah, Roshi did have like the same hair as Jackie Chun, black slick backed hair too.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Actually, I think I'm remembering that. I don't necessarily remember the evil containment wave flashback per se, but I think that we got another flashback like of him like in his like middle age, right?
Yeah,
where he had that hair. I remember black hair Jackie Chun or black hair Roshi rather.
Yeah. But it wasn't like pompadour, it wasn't high up, the whole swoop, I guess not pompadour, it's just big ass fucking 80s hair.
He actually had hair.
Yeah, right. Just a big.
But
ass
also
80s
like
hair.
the fact that like Kiko, you bring up that Roshi like had a master, you know what I mean? And so like ki was a thing when he was a young boy or whatever. So it's not like he invented energy, as a technique.
Yeah.
So there's a master. You have to imagine he went through a lot of trials and tribulations just like Goku did. So like what was going on back then? I think high potential for a nice little story.
His training arcs probably way crazier than Goku's.
Now that I think about it, he climbed Korin Tower and trained with Korin too.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's so much there that you could, that's so sick.
Brilliant pick, and I'm so happy that we had that Dragon Ball topic.
Yes.
Because as soon as you said fucking Roshi in the last tie-in, I was like, oh, keep that in your back pocket, bro. Because we're coming back to this. Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about it?
No, I think we covered a good chunk of it.
Yeah, that's great. Sure. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Who's next? Eagle, what you got?
Along the lines of very old characters that we know very little about.
Yeah, dude.
All for One. I think a side story on All for One could potentially be very, very interesting.
Because in the first version of this, we did All Might.
Right.
We talked about All Might.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't even think about All for One.
Well, All Might was one of the obvious picks at the beginning, but we didn't think about All for One at all.
All for One's way better.
Yeah, All for One it would be a much darker story. He would be going through just like
isn't he 100 years old? 150 years old?
People. He's old as hell.
Ain't he like 150 years old, something like that?
Because he's lived over 100, right?
Well, because he lived through all generations of All Might, One for All.
Yeah.
So he lived through all generations, 9 generations.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, and maybe they're like
mean.
maybe it's like 15 to 20 years each time they passed on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not necessarily like an entire.
Not whole generation. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Do we have a time? Didn't they say like a kind of a specific-ish time of when quirks started appearing in China or whatever?
Yeah, they said that the first Chinese quirk came in the form of that kid who could glow, right? Who could
glow, like it was bright light or whatever.
That was in like. They said that was like. I feel like they said it was in the 1800s or maybe the 1700s.
I forget, but I also feel like they hinted at the possibility that like that was the first quirk that was like publicly recognized, but there were like a few quirks like that were like older than that. I might be just totally making this up in my mind or whatever, but I kind of have this memory of like All for One being an older quirk than that or whatever. But maybe I'm just wrong about that.
Headcanon.
I always kind of got the impression that All for One was that like child light born.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Like he was the first quirk born.
Yo.
I thought All for One was maybe it wasn't the first quirk. I just seemed like it was because I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like it seems like an old quirk.
I feel like All for One and One for All both got their quirks at the same. No. Isn't
well, All for One created One for All.
That's
All for One gave it
Yeah.
to his little brother because he thought he was quirkless.
Yeah.
On the wiki, it doesn't even say a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it like just subtly, hinted at a time it could be, and I thought it was kind of recent. Actually, I don't think it was 1700s or 1800s. I feel like it was like 1900s.
Well, but see, at the same time, it's like evolutionary, right? So if it's evolutionary, then it's got to take some time.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, like as far as like our understanding of evolution or whatever, but like inside of this fictional world, it could be a lot sooner than that. But like considering that like our understanding of evolution like works in hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years, whatever, you would think that even like on a superhuman level, like inside of the story where everything is like very quickly happening, that it would still be at least a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Something I really like about the All for One pick is that, to me, in the general story, in Hero, I don't actually think All for One is that great of a villain. I mean, he's like very one-dimensional to me. Like, I think heroes are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think heroes are bad. I want to be bad, and I'm just gonna kill people, and I'm just gonna take quirks and be bad or whatever. It's very hard to see like what his like point is, but with a backstory, with a whole series, then we can get into the society of like where he was when he was young, and like how did he get to be so crazy and evil or whatever.
And we'll get his pathos, we'll get his like I mean, like we'll get everything that like is kind of like a Shigaraki like parallel inside of like what traumatic event in his life, aside from just having a quirk that can create other quirks, gave him this philosophy and outlook on the world. Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. How old is Horikoshi? Does anybody know?
He looks really young in the pictures that I see. I feel like he can't be more than 33.
Okay.
You can say that about Rocky though. Jojo, that guy looks like he's 30 and he's
honestly,
like
Asian
60
people
something.
just in general just have crazy genes. You know what I'm saying? Like they can be old and look super young. Like
I feel like that's where you find all the 110-year-old people are in like Asian continents.
Yeah. Dude,
I'll just do us a favor and look it up.
They just have more like healthy like
Asian countries. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they just.
He is 33.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Nice.
I'm so cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
Come on, bro. Stop it.
Well, and the reason I ask is because I just feel like Hero, I've always put it at like a 700 chapter minimum manga to me. Like in the last like 200 chapters or so, like I've decided to myself like this has got to be 700 chapters, right, or more. Maybe he's trying to hit the 1200 piece, trying to run till he's 50 writing this. Because if so, I feel like we're going to get all these things that we want.
Every question that we ever had about the world will be answered.
We do need more expanding upon all this past and this gene progression and stuff, and you'd get all that stuff, All for One shit in there. So that's a great pick. I love that pick.
Hell yeah. Fucking All for One, absolutely. That's so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Kiko, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
I could go next.
What you got?
Okay, so I'm gonna break the rules a smidge, just a little bit. And
you always breaking these rules, bro.
No. Because I'm not gonna pick.
These motherfucking
I'm not gonna do that either. I'm not gonna do that. This is because I'm not picking one character. I'm picking just a city, which multiple characters come from, and that'd be Meteor City.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
dude, Origin of Meteor City would be so sick. This is actually an amazing out of the box pick, and I can't wait to go into it.
Well, in the city, from just looking up, it's like, I don't know, 1,000-year-old city, right? And so we don't really get any much background other than it's run by like elders, and they have a good relationship with the mafia because nobody has they're not governmentally traced from Meteor City, so they can develop untraceable assassins and shit from there.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what I want to go into. Like I want that to be the overarching premise of the story. Is the government working with the mafia to sustain this area?
The slum.
Yes,
this is the slum of like this is
like
the
the
hood
world
of Hunter x Hunter. You know what I'm saying?
But of the whole world too. It's like
of the whole
world's
of the whole world,
yeah, because it's the landfill of the world. There's 8 to 10 million people living there, and they all just rummage through trash to stay alive, to sustain themselves, find what they can to live.
That's the craziest ghetto that has ever existed.
Yeah, the world's landfill where people live, and so there's so much you can do with this, because like sure I kind of want that to be the overarching premise, but like there's so many arcs, so many ways you can go, and obviously you got the 9
with a whole city.
You got the 9 founding troop members that are from it that I had to just verify: Crollo, Phaeton, Franklin, Machi, Nobunaga, Pakunoda, Finks, Shalnark, and Uvogin.
Fuck yeah, I knew all of them. Yes.
And so
yes.
I mean, so I bet you didn't know this because this is only in the SBS or some shit, is that Kikyo Zoldyck is from Meteor City too.
What?
Yeah, yes. And Goto and Canary as well. And so that was some of the arcs that
we knew Canary. Canary was
actually, I did know Canary because we got that. Yeah.
Canary actually has dialogue that says that, but
wow,
SBS,
Kikyo's from Meteor City.
Kikyo and Goto were like in the SBS with Togashi.
Hard body.
Yeah,
What'd you
Goto
say?
is hard body.
Oh, Goto? Yeah.
Yeah, hard body. So like a couple of the arcs, like random Phantom Troop backgrounds is easy, right? But the one that I'd really love and focus on the most is Uvo x Nobunaga. Their relationship.
Come on,
that's the best. Best relationship.
Yes. And then
inside of I put their relationship like over like Killua and Gon, even though like Killua and Gon's relationship is the most fleshed out or whatever.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
so much depth.
Like inside of like a villain organization and inside of like an antagonist group like the Phantom Troop that is written in a way to where like you don't really get like normally when you look at antagonists and you look at villains inside of anime and manga, especially inside of the shonen genre, they introduce villains as like these despicable people that you get pathos for later. Yeah. And you come to appreciate, like obviously Horikoshi is a really good example of this inside of the My Villain Academia arc. But like inside of like the Phantom Troop, like Togashi took like a really like less is more approach to the Phantom Troop and like just showed you, rather than telling you inside of their interactions, that these are people that you should care about, even though they're terrible. And
there's depth there
there's depth there that doesn't need an abundance of exposition for you to understand and to realize is very, very apparent. Like his character writing is very different than things that we've seen inside of the genre before, and I've never seen his approach to villains again inside of the genre. And I haven't read everything, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like most people will agree that his approach to antagonists is a very unorthodox approach, and in a very positive way. Because like
here's a great example. Here's a great example. We obviously hear about the Phantom Troop as the Hunter exam and Kurapika saying like, this is my whole thing, that the whole thing reason I'm being a character is this or whatever. So we know about them, but the first time we see them, where like the mafia arc in Yorkshin and Uvogin is like the first fight you get, and then you get hints of the characters and whatever, and then Uvogin dies or whatever. Almost in the first like 10% of knowing the Phantom Troop.
Exactly.
And so everything you have about him is you already care so much about Uvogin. He's a phenomenal character. So everything about Nobunaga and Uvogin, I love this pairing for this example because all you have of it is that it was very powerful. It was strong. You knew they loved each other
because of the writing that you get inside of Nobunaga and Gon's interactions. Because Nobunaga looks at Gon as a new Uvogin. You know what I mean? And you get the scene of him crying. Sure, that's like the fucking like staple moment inside of your understanding of Nobunaga's and Uvogin's relationship. But at the same time, being someone that has watched Hunter x Hunter in its completion over 10 times, you can see hints of this relationship before this Gon moment.
Yes, you definitely can.
In very small, subtle ways that Togashi knew he was leaving there for people who decided to go through his series multiple times to find. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that he has the kind of like understanding and I don't want to call it like cockiness or like arrogance or anything like that, but he knew what kind of fucking story he was writing, bro. He knew that the Easter eggs that he was laying in his shit, and he knew that the little subtleties that he was leaving in his shit were only for diehard fans. You know what I mean? And as someone who considers themselves a diehard fan, like me, Kiko, I don't know how many times you guys have fucking seen Hunter x Hunter, but like we've watched this shit a bunch. You know what I mean? And to go through it multiple times and see all of these little subtleties that he leaves behind for us really puts these characters that we can see from the first go through is a completely different level of care than most stories that we follow. And knowing that as someone who is going to decide to go through it multiple times over and over, and knowing that this is for us, is crazy to fucking see, because like the Nobunaga and Uvogin relationship is just so much more profound than you could ever realize on a first or even second go through. Yeah. Okay.
So that's obviously probably, I don't know if that's the big one because I got a couple more.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
just arcs. No. It's totally fine.
Hunter, bro, like we gotta get in our bag, bro.
And I just got a couple arcs, and then you guys can take it away on what you guys feel on these arcs.
Please give me potential arcs. Yes.
So obviously now with the information about Kikyo, so Kikyo and Silva meeting, and then discovering Goto and Canary, and them falling in love, and because obviously their relationship is some crazy shit. Like how that would be some real shit to see
the origin of
how they get together. Like a mom who gets stabbed in her face is because
we don't really see like any hint of romance in their relationship in the main story, but we know that it had to have been a situation where maybe Zeno and Silva like went to Meteor City for a certain reason to take someone out, and then Kikyo is there. Maybe she is the daughter of a hit that they had. You know what I mean? And Zeno and Silva had to kill that person and left her as an orphan, or maybe kill that group of people and left her as an orphan. Yeah. And then Silva is like, you know what I'm saying? Stars align. Like, you my age, I'm your age. We just killed your parents. Let's crack it. Let's go over to Kuroko Mountain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And what I thought of is that she was probably, as an important as like one of the more important figures in Meteor City, just like an elder's daughter or something, right? Like that's kind of what I was thinking of as an arc, and like because Zoldycks are just so powerful, right? They're so rich and powerful that you feel like that they got influence there. That like it wasn't out of the realm, Like I felt like that kind of fit well. That if because all these people are just trash, and I don't want her to be like
they seem like a family that would do political marriages, and so why would you marry Kikyo if she's random? You know what I mean? Like she has to be somewhat special within Meteor City. Meteor City.
Yep. Okay, and so
that, I'm just saying you can do better.
Another arc that I thought of, which was kind of headcanon at first until I looked back on it, but I felt like Gyro fled to Meteor City to create D2 and get NGL to kind of organize it before he goes and starts NGL. I was looking it up. I couldn't find no evidence of that whatsoever.
Oh shit.
But that was kind of I felt like Gyro, because he obviously had a terrible backstory, kills his dad with a hammer, bounces out,
That sounds like a Meteor City origin.
Yeah. And it never tells you where he's from. But it's like a construction town. Like there's a lot of construction being built. He's like
it's like Tequila Wolf.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Wow.
Definitely. So I don't think it was Meteor City. It definitely was never stated because I never found anything. But I just in my mind I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That after he did that, regroup, came like a shady gangster guy. I'm gonna concoct this new drug that's incredibly addictive, and then go to this super remote fucking place on the fucking planet.
Like,
and
where could I get
set up shop
the best?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I thought of that.
That's a good connection.
And then just one more is Crollo. Obviously, you can't not think there's going to be heavy Crollo in this. But more importantly, or not more importantly, but what I was thinking of and what I kind of wanted to focus an arc on is just he stole so many abilities. How many of those came from Meteor City? And then Sun and Moon specifically came from an elder in Meteor City. So I would like all that
on how he came to get
all that shit.
Because when you look back on his conditions on like how he can take an ability, one, it has to be given willingly.
Yeah.
So like, what kind of like clout does he have to have inside of the city to where he can approach an elder of the city and go, "Let me get your ability, dog." And
does it have to be taken willingly?
Well, yeah, because when you look at the Neon, situation where you get like a fleshed out, explanation of how he takes an ability, he has to like trick them really into willingly giving it to them. They don't have to specifically say.
They gotta like show it in front of them. They gotta show it in front of them and like give the rules
in a world
to
like
it.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, and then name. You have to say what it's called.
In a world like Hunter x Hunter, you're basically willingly giving it out to somebody. If you can have a conversation with them to where you can get the name of it, watch them do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a really smart person, and there are no dumb people in this series. Like M.A.N.G.A is probably the most naive character we meet besides God in this series. Yeah, you know what I mean? So as an elder of an entire nation, for you to sit down and go, this is the name of my ability, this is how it works, and tell someone everything about it. Yeah. Like, it's basically willingly like, here you go, you can have it. You know what I mean?
And so M.A.N.G.A loses her ability when he has it, right? And like he like gives it up and gives it back to her. He basically like gives it. Yeah, he basically gives it up and gives it back to her, right? Does he have that ability?
No,
M.A.N.G.A never gets that back.
I don't think.
He can give it back, and also if they die, he loses it.
Yeah, that's
they have to be. They have to be alive for it to be in the book.
We got that information in Chimera Ant, right? When Moral was like, "I know my homeboy's still alive because you're still using his ability."
Yeah, well, that was
when Leola was using it.
That was Leo's ability.
That was Leo's ability.
But I think there was a time in which
I feel like that
Crollo
still links back to Skill Hunter though at the same time.
Well, I think there's a part in the manga post anime where he realizes that he has lost an ability that he used to have, and I think it's Neon's. I think it's Neon's ability, and so I think we were given that hint of like, yeah, she's dead.
Oh,
I think.
I thought it was, and I remember what you're talking about. I thought he almost has a ability cap. Only so many pages in the book, and has to give them up to fill up a new page. I felt like that might have been it, but man, I don't remember. But regardless,
that would make a lot of sense.
So deep.
We just need to know how all this works, what these conditions were, because, obviously they're very specific conditions. There's a lot of them that has to be fulfilled in order to steal an ability. There's so much. So, just his ability is so fucking interesting that you can do a whole. Obviously, you can do a whole backstory on him, but I want the whole city. I want Meteor
City. That's the whole shit, good, bro.
The whole shit. So.
And so here's the arc I want to see, and I guess this would not be necessarily an arc. Like what you're talking about, that's a solid 36 episode anime or something. I think if you could do like a 13 episode anime of you make like Togashi, you make a new character, like an actual fully fleshed out character, and this character is just someone who's been at all these points in time in Meteor City. You never leave Meteor City.
From a civilian standpoint.
Yeah, not a civilian. I mean, I'm sure this person's going to be like a badass, but maybe they're not like a super high level or something. But like they're just at when the Phantom Troop is doing all this shit, or when Gyro is like trying to manufacture drugs, or when Kikyo is like meeting Silva and stuff like this.
Hell yeah.
That's funny that you say
that. And be like a tease.
Well, it's funny that you say that because that's kind of how my next pick's going to go. Not with this topic at all, completely separate topic.
Yeah.
But very kind of similar.
To
that. All right.
Okay. So what is me?
Yeah, it's you.
I want to highlight Fisher Tiger.
Oh, yes!
Maybe my favorite backstory.
I want to look at Fisher Tiger because we got his backstory inside of the Fishman Island arc, and he had a very Malcolm X approach. To whereas Odahime was more of the Martin Luther King. Fisher Tiger was the Malcolm X, and obviously when I see these parallels inside of fictional storytelling, just like Magneto and Professor Xavier, I'm gravitated towards those histories. But inside of Fisher Tiger, I feel like as much depth as obviously you get in Togashi, or inside of Oda storytelling when it comes to backstories, this is something where this is a character that probably more so than any other side character that all we got was a backstory and that was it, where I was like, I need more of this. You know what I mean? So this is a very personal pick for me. Obviously, as a colored person, I was like, anything that that is based on the foundation of racism and based on the foundation of prejudice and social injustice, I'm gonna be like, what's going on with that? So Fisher Tiger is a very prime example of this inside of Oda's storytelling, where I'm like, okay, we know about this, but what was his come up like? You know what I'm saying? He's the first captain of the Sun Pirates, and what were their initial adventures like back when he was a very intensely fuck humans kind of person. Leading up until, you know, we get all of that pathos.
There was a lot of growth in him.
There was so much growth, so much development.
That we don't get to see, but we knew it was there.
Amazing main character. An amazing main character of a series. You know,
imagine the finale. Imagine the finale. The drama of his crew desperately trying to get a blood transfusion, and all these fucking humans saying no, we're not giving you blood. Like that would just be like I would be crying the entire episode. I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, it would be so sick. It would be so good.
OSTs hitting in the background.
Dude, bro. I would just love to follow his journey.
And
then obviously up to him, like passing the torch down to Jinbei. You know what I mean? Like, and then going into Jinbei's story.
Well, you know, you gotta. I'd say, with the death of Fisher Tiger
first, right?
Well, no. They beef and separate and go different ways because of difference of ideology. You know, and that would be sweet to go into too, like to just kind of keep it going from there. But I mean, you can't mention Fisher Tiger without talking about how bad, man. He just climbs up fucking the red line to go save all the slaves from Marie-Joie, bro. Like I just want more of that. I want the whole thing. I want to see the climb. I want to see some bloody ass fucking hands and
which
feet
is kind of a parallel to Drum Island, isn't it?
Drum Island. Definitely. Yeah, that shit was so sick,
dude. Fuck
which was one of them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So like, don't forget that Koala.
Yes,
was rescued by the Sun Pirate.
Yeah, that's right.
And then obviously you get some
also Boa.
And
her sisters.
Yeah,
Boa and her sisters.
That's right.
Yeah.
Eagle. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
There's
a lot there.
That would be an incredible side story, bro.
Yeah.
Do you have something? You have something you want to interject on that, Eagle?
I was just saying that Drum Island was one of the rawest fucking moments in the series,
wasn't it,
man.
though?
When he slid down the fucking thing, and you could just like.
I've imagine yourself in that situation.
Feel the pain.
Ouch,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Ouch.
I've never been able to feel the pain more intensely from like watching something than at that moment. I was like, oh, dude.
Anime too, like anime did it justice with like fingernails breaking in half and blood coming out of like the fingernails and shit. Like that shit was wild, bro. Like
that's back in the best, like some of the best time in One Piece anime that we're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like that shit was.
They're cracking off now though too with Wano, but they're doing some crazy shit.
for sure. But I mean, like in the
I didn't like the animation for a long time.
Yeah.
When they had like the long, weird like Barbie doll style animation where they're like long and sinewy, thin muscle.
Miss Double Fingers are like a prime example of that. Where she's got the fucking like impossible hips for the figure that she has. Yeah.
Just from like post time skip till after Whole Cake Island, the animation I didn't really like, but now I like Wano animation. They're kind of going back.
Okay.
The animation.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about not early animation. You're talking about
the early animation I like a lot, and a lot of people would say it's
about, like,
the best
Barbie
animation in One Piece.
Shit. Like I feel like
I'm talking about the animation style after the time skip.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're just
Okay, I see what you're saying.
The womanly proportions changed dramatically.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not only that.
They did though. They did.
Well,
they did. But
I'm
they
saying, I mean,
did.
that's
even Robin's, and she was already over 30, which whatever we don't want to talk about.
It was 28. She turned 30 in the time skip. 28 to 30.
That's right.
But still well into adulthood.
Hell yeah, man. But yeah, Fisher Tiger. I don't know if you guys have anything else to interject on that, but I just felt like it would be so cool.
Great pick.
Yeah, I just felt like it would be so cool to see the origin of a specific pirate crew that we know is very prominent. Especially in the story now that spoiler alert here. But now that Jinbei is back, you know what I mean? Like, and Jinbei has been a prominent character in. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. And Jinbei has been a prominent character, pretty much since his introduction, and especially coming out of an arc like Arlong Park. Right, you know what I mean? And like that's the first like kind of like look into this pirate crew that you get, and the first thing you think is despicable, incorrigible, terrible, you know what I'm saying, like creatures, and then you get this such a profound like depth to the history of this pirate crew, you know what I mean, and into this like arguably the most predominant race other than human
Yeah.
You know, like in the series, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like just see
It's crazy how early they're brought up, fishmen.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I remember when like I first got into One Piece. You know, this is obviously a long time ago, but like you bring up fishmen, it's fishmen. Okay, like are there mer people too? Like, and then later, like you're like, will they exist? And then like hundreds and hundreds of episodes later, it's like, they do.
Yeah.
And I just love
and
that.
Merfolk.
And I love that it's there's Nin-Gyo and Gyojin, right?
Yes.
So like Gyojin, fishman, and then Nin-Gyo, person fish. You know, and it's like I'm like I love that shit.
Oda.
So good.
Let's go. Fuck yeah. So before we get into like the second round here of like our personal picks, like I feel like Kiko always has lightning round picks that he wants to fire off. I got a couple too. But I mean, like, did you want to fire off like a very lightly touched on? And you want to know what? I'll just go first here, just because we're coming out of my pick. I feel like Mirko would be an amazing origin story, especially coming out of the sea. You know, like what's going on in the manga is obviously
right now
very Mirko heavy.
That should
we
sell
just got
That's
Mirko in the
got to
fucking
be a
anime.
main pick, bro.
Yeah, well, hey, you want to know what? We don't have enough information about her character.
Yeah, true.
To like really form an idea of what potential arcs could look like. So that's why she's a lightning round pick here for me. But she's so badass. How could I not say I want a fucking origin story of that?
That's what I was just gonna say. We know it's all hard body fighting the whole time. Let's go.
I would love to see her come up in school. I would love to see her forming of her, because we get a lot of like depth inside of her character in this little like amount of time that we have for her, that her like stance on being a hero is really like a poster child for like what being a hero really means in this story. You know what I mean? So like I feel like that would be really cool there. Kiko, did you have a lightning round pick you wanted to fire off?
Kinda. I mean, I got a couple, I guess. So a lot of people hate Sword Art Online, right? The Aincrad portion. The Aincrad portion.
I'm completely lost here. Take it away.
The very first 13, 14 episodes of Sword Art Online fucking slap, and it's so good. But the thing about Sword Art Online, which I think a lot of people have a problem. Yeah, I don't know. Did you watch it?
Who, me?
I've never seen it.
Okay,
no,
I haven't.
I was ducking off the screen.
So yeah. So they're like split seasons. There's like one season, but it's actually like two seasons. You'll have like 14 episodes in one game, and then you'll have the next 12 in another game.
So who's the character you're highlighting here?
Well, it's gonna be Kirito, I guess, but it doesn't matter. I mean, actually, I would rather have it through Asuna anyway. Because she's much more, like Kirito is a Sasuke kind of type,
MC, right?
Yeah, he's MC. Yeah, so I mean, you couldn't, but that's the thing. It's like I'm not trying to spit. Like that's why I'm saying like kinda, but not really. Like have a good example. I just want more of Aincrad. And so in case you don't know, Aincrad is the first world they're in.
Oh, okay.
Is the first game.
Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of like a Meteor City situation again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of Sword Art Online.
But yeah, I just don't want them to go to the fucking fairyland. And then when subsequent, I'm trying to watch subsequent seasons now, like because I wanted to give it another chance because I hear the other seasons are good and they're almost like standalone animes, right? Like they're almost separate stories completely. I mean, they have some backstory, so like you can watch them. So like the first part of season 2, they're in a gun MMO. Like they're shooting guns, so like that totally flips it. And then they kind of go back to like a fairy-ish type, like a fairy MMO world. I just want the one that's all like medieval time-ish, all swords and like that. That's basically all I wanted is just more Aincrad and no other shit ever. Basically,
you're just saying the world is cool.
Yeah.
The world is cool, and there was a lot of good characters like within that have like progressed. There was like the blacksmith dude who was really cool. I forgot his name, but I'm not gonna remember a lot of these fucking names. But also his
it's okay. It's lightning round.
I forgot.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
He really is shit.
Yeah, no, the samurai guy, I liked him too. But like that's what I'm saying. Like I just liked that world, and I just want that world to continue.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
All right, lightning round. Me.
Yeah. What do you got?
Genkai.
Ooh. Genkai?
Genkai. Super sick.
That's another one that's got to be a main pick.
Well, I mean,
I don't know enough about her. It's been so long since I've seen Yu Yu Hakusho, so I feel bad.
It's like, well, when you look at potential story arcs, you really just have one. that
you
comes
can
to
flesh
mind.
them out.
Yeah,
you
can create new but I mean,
I mean,
in
she's
terms of-
old. Like, how, you can fill that shit like
And
Master Roshi.
Right, but
exactly
with Genkai, we only have one major plot point of her origin that will allow
The
us to
Tagoro
like
shit.
really
sure.
think about what a potential arc plot would be on like this podcast setting where we're thinking of potential arcs for these supporting characters that we choose. And the only like main plot point that we know of Genkai from her origin is her relationship with Tagoro. So but still, Togashi could do whatever the fuck he wants. We have a character here that has a lot of mystery surrounding her that we know enough about to make
there's a
an
lot.
origin story
I think
make
there's
sense.
a lot there.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
there's a lot.
Genkai's an incredible pick, and she's
and
great
even
for a
though
lightning round for sure.
Well, and even though she does get a good amount of exposition, like I'll say a good of amount of exposition as you need to really feel like obviously her whole character.
Like she's a character, yeah.
Yeah. But if you would go before she meets Tagoro and her own psychic and martial arts training, and then her meeting younger Tagoro and how they're falling in love more. I mean, you get a little bit of that, but you don't get a lot. And then, just Tagoro's decision after they win the Dark Tournament to fucking be a demon and her to just seclude herself and become a hermit, and like what she goes through after that point to reconcile all the shit that happens, which she really never did reconcile, but just her attempts her attempts to do that within herself.
And you get a lot of her character in her interactions with Yusuke. So like there's a lot of lessons psychologically and like verbally that she teaches to Yusuke outside of like direct physical training that you hear in their dialogues and their exchanges that make you think back to like what kind of experiences did you have in your younger times that will lead you to give advice like this to a greenhorn. So like there's a lot of like subtle information that you get about Genkai that'll make you think of like potential like origin points for her characters, so like that works too. But Genkai is super good. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, man. Fucking are we moving into our second round of personal picks here? Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go next. Oh, you go. Keep
the same rotation. All right,
I can go. Either way, you go. Eagle,
say it with your chest, bro.
Eagle was ready.
Eagle was ready.
He was ready. Yeah, let's go.
This is a character where, man, I'm big mama.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Big Mom backstory to see how she came up, how she's going through kingdoms, taking shit over. Saying, look, you know what I'm saying? Come put a seed inside of me. I want a son from you. I want to see all of that. I want to see all of that.
Like seeing her like, turn into the kind of character that
getting
wants
in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this is a reverse. This is a reverse harem anime. Is that what I'm hearing? Reverse harem.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you want to know what? This is
everyone wants to get with Big Mom.
This is cool.
Well, what we know about Big Mom is that she throws all her men away, right? Like this is just political or strictly strategic to gain
there's
power.
A story behind
all it is that she wants a family with every race that exists. She wants for all of the races in the world to be a part of her family.
So there would be a really cool story arc dedicated to her mindset on coming into that outlook on how she wants to eventually come into the power that she has. You know what I mean? Because like someone doesn't just wake up one day and go, I want to smash the world. You know what I'm saying?
I need 72 kids.
I want to have a child of every race.
It would be, and the background that we get on her inside of the story, inside of Whole Cake Island, doesn't really give us too much insight into like where she developed this outlook and where she developed this motivation. So that would be amazing to get that.
Imagine this arc of you see her flashback, right, where she, spoiler alert for people who aren't even caught up with the anime, eats everyone. You know what I mean? Where does she go from there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Robin, we get a hint of a backstory of like she's like running from the government and going between family to family. What the fuck is Big Mom doing when she eats her whole friends and family and
everybody
she's like by herself? Like, what do you do?
Plus, she used to be bad.
She meets
What's up with that?
Right after that,
she used to just be Mama. She wasn't Big Ma.
Yeah.
She was just A-Ma back then.
She was just Mamu.
Right after that, though, they're so manipulating the shit out of her.
Say what?
Right after she ate the family, though, Strusen came up on her. So he definitely had a part in manipulating her and kind of leading her in the direction he wanted. But
that's a good.
And then we got
too.
brief snippets of her just doing shit like taking over her kingdom and whatnot. But I'd like to see how she built her empire. And obviously, from what we have in the canon, you know, she was OP right away, fleet admiral level potentially at 5 years old. So that's fucking absolutely.
I really want to know
nuts.
how the fuck she created Totland or Tatoland or whatever. The fuck. Like, how do you have all these islands that are food? You know,
Well, doesn't that go into like Strusen, right?
That's
probably
that's
and
Strusen
maybe just
and her
Grand
kids.
Line. Maybe that's just. I mean,
and the abilities they
it's
have.
It's like a culmination, like of the abilities of Strusen and her kids. Yeah, probably go into like.
Yeah, and Tatoland, the actual island, is the island where she ate.
What's her
Mother
territory
Caramel.
called? What's her whole territory called?
Tatoland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the whole territory, not just the singular island, right?
Whole Cake Island.
Whole Cake Island
is actually the island where she ate Mother Caramel. That's the island.
You were saying that backwards. That's why I was confused. But that makes a lot of sense.
Tatoland is the entire territory. Yeah.
Because some of the fucking ocean is just fucking jelly, and
juice
shit.
and shit. Yeah.
Juice and that's why I was always confused. I was like, is Big Mom doing this and her family's all doing this? Strusen doing this, whatever, or is this just New World Grand Line shit? And she's just like, I want all these islands that got food on them. And this.
Which is it? Which is it? Isn't that her ability to give her soul, put her soul into?
And then those things, but like not everything.
And then they become alive,
but not everything.
Prometheus and Napoleon
becomes food, though.
Yeah, how does the ocean become juice?
Food?
Yeah, how does the ocean become juice? You know, like
so her ability is like Zeus, Napoleon, Prometheus, but why the things that are alive are also food? That's a different ability.
Right.
We got dialogue on that shit from Pedro or somebody on why certain areas are juice or jelly or something. Or I think it's based on what the islands are made of.
I mean, I feel like it might just be a page out of fucking Roald Dahl's book, the fucking author of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know what I'm saying? Because like he obviously predates this fucking story by. I don't know, maybe like 100 years. I don't fucking know.
A long ass time.
I don't know how old Roald Dahl was, but I mean, like, you know, like you go inside the fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it's like that entire story takes place in, you know, an inner city where everything is made out of candy. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like it might
and Oda has done Charlie and the Chocolate Factory references in the past as well, because Frankie being powered by cola. Go and watch Charlie and Chocolate Factory right now, the OG, and he's that car that's powered by cola, and he's like, and he's like, oh, this is the power of the future. You know what I mean? It's like it can't not be a reference. You know what I mean? And Oda has all these subtle references, so for sure.
Shout outs to Roald Dahl.
I did not know the author's name. I'm surprised you got that in your back pocket.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
you know.
I know. Yeah, smarty pants over there.
And I love science fiction. You know what I mean? Like, even though like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is very whimsical and it's very, you know, like fantastical.
Right.
It's still science fiction. Like, we don't have cola-powered things in real world. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have, you know, like seas of chocolate. You know what I mean? So that's definitely my element. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Big Mama.
Love it.
Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go next. All right, so I'm gonna start by saying that we've done some One Piece, and we can keep doing One Piece, and I'm gonna keep doing One Piece.
Yeah, dude.
And
so many characters that deserve
I want to justify it. I want to justify it a little bit for anyone who is not like super big on One Piece, because the world of One Piece is so rich and so deep that you can basically make an entire series out of almost any character in this series.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So like, it's not weird to keep picking One Piece characters, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start us off with Ace and Sabo together.
Before
and
Luffy?
So not before Luffy. The spin-off, this spin-off would be a very specific spin-off. Spoiler alert for One Piece, I suppose, if you're not even caught up on the anime or whatever.
Right.
So the spin-off would start at when quote-unquote Sabo dies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it would follow Ace and Sabo through their progression
so as side to side when they don't know.
Side to side. Neither know they're alive. Or I guess Sabo knows Ace is alive, but like Ace doesn't know Sabo's alive. And I want to see fucking.
But Sabo has no idea that Ace is his brother. He doesn't remember Ace. He had amnesia.
Damn! That's even better. Okay, that's even better. Okay, so yes, so for Ace, we get to see the creation of the Spade Pirates. Yes. We get to see Ace joining Whitebeard, and Ace gets the fucking Wano within like 2 years of becoming a pirate. Yes. You know what I mean? Like it's quick. It's super quick. I mean,
it's so much less sense that Oda decided to say that he didn't have hockey.
Right.
But
then in fucking Sabo's case, you get him picked up by dragon. Yes. You get him how he grows into the dragon style, like dragon claw and like dragon breath and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like so the story continues. This side story or whatever until
so fucking cool,
Ace's death. And so the culmination of the entire series will be when Sabo sees in the paper that Ace is on trial for execution or whatever.
His perspective.
Yeah, his perspective the entire way through.
Go back to Marineford.
Yeah.
No. Sabo was doing in that time, because that's a huge question inside of the One Piece community is like, why wasn't Sabo there? So that arc would be
because
huge.
There's a huge arc happening for Sabo.
God,
and the finale of it could either be, just to like not like go too far into the actual main, because now obviously he's a part of the main story.
Yeah.
Right.
Of One Piece. The finale of it could either be Ace and Whitebeard's funeral. With the sake cups, Sabo,
that would be a
or the finale of it could be the emotional moment with him reuniting with Luffy.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
Either one of those two would work very well, I think.
Slap so hard, dude. This is an amazing pick. Okay, so like, so like inside of what you were talking about with like potential arcs, training arcs are always gonna hit. You know what I mean? Especially like inside of characters that you already know are cold-blooded. So like we already have One Piece, as a reference, and then all of a sudden Otis says Sabo side story. You know what I mean?
And arcs dealing with the corruption of the world,
bro. Yes, bro. Oh my god, dude, that'd be so fucking sick. And you would see things from the revolutionary side that maybe Oda is not ready to show yet in the main story, but like is willing to flesh out in the side story, which like works as like a bridge to the main story in ways that like we'll get there eventually, and it might make those parts slap a little bit harder, because like you have to keep in mind, like Oda is telling a story with so many moving parts. Maybe he doesn't get to in his main story flesh out the revolutionary side of things as much as we would want as viewers. So here's a Sabo side story that gives you that,
right?
Because he wants to finish his One Piece story.
I have in this vein, I have always had this kind of like headcanon about Oda that One Piece being basically an anarchist comedy, and this is almost like a meme that you can find on the internet about One Piece or whatever. It's an anarchist comedy, It's anti-government. It's very comedic. I mean, the pirates are the good guys, the government's the bad guys, the Marines are the bad guys. I've always kind of had this headcanon that Oda is going to blow our minds, and I'm going to sound like the biggest One Piece, fanboy ever, but like my theory is, my headcanon has always been One Piece, like whenever we get it revealed in the culmination of the story, is going to be so big that Oda's going to be like, all right, fuck shit up. Like, let's fucking turn this real world around. Go with it, baby. Let's do what they did in the story. I'm like, ooh. Yes. And so like I see what you mean, because like, what if Oda's not ready yet? Like you can't throw that gauntlet down right now yet, because you haven't got like the whole world on board with One Piece yet. So
it's
like
almost like the most important.
And we don't know enough about Dragon too.
It's like, as big as One Piece is as like the final mystery that we all want to know, it's almost like the origin of the revolution and their outlook is more important than the One Piece itself, based on
there's a billion fucking mysteries within One Piece that are all equally as important to me. Like, I don't even know.
You want to know what would be a really cool tie-in episode? Unsolved One Piece mysteries and what we think about them, and just us delving into our ideas of like,
I like that.
Unsolved One Piece mysteries. That would be fucking sick as shit. Like,
we gotta
like you want to know the biggest. While we're on the topic of One Piece, you want to know the biggest question I have about One Piece that might sound funny to a lot of people, but like something we might never get answered. What kind of cigarettes does Sanji smoke?
Regular or menthol? Goddamn question for 10 years.
Regular or menthol? I need to know.
that's the kind of question that makes me think if we're going to do this podcast, we got to start bright and early and just get all our food set up next to each other. And okay, we're just going to go all day.
It's going to be a 20-hour.
Yeah. Like, dude, Unsolved One Piece Mysteries is definitely going to be a time episode. That's just going to fucking
I feel like
24-hour marathon stream.
I feel like Sanji smokes menthols.
You want to, like...
I want to say he smokes menthols.
I want to say he's not the type of dude that would smoke menthols, but at the same time, he's the type of dude who wants to be fresh at all times.
Hey, that's
so
what I'm saying.
Think maybe he would smoke menthols.
That's a good question.
But either way, you're not fresh because your breath still smells like cigarettes. It ain't much of a difference.
But dude, One Piece cigarette tobacco could be like the best smelling thing. It could be like cloves or something. He probably smokes cloves.
I mean, he could be smoking K2 in there. We don't know.
Sanji is definitely shepping up his own like mix of whatever the fuck he's
gotta
smoking.
go to
he's
places
cutting
to
up
grab,
herbs and
like,
shit.
Well,
he's fucking making his own tobacco.
Yeah,
Holy
he's
shit.
making his own tobacco. That's a great
or whatever he's smoking. He's making his own K2.
Sometimes he dips into Usopp's stash or whatever.
Yo, dude.
Wow, I like that. I like that idea. But so this is great timing for this idea because we are getting the Spade Pirates side story this year.
Yep.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Right, I forgot. Oh my
I'm ready for it.
God,
I'm ready for it.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
very good timing.
Fuck yeah. That's brilliant, dude.
Yes.
Sabo. Sabo and Ace back to back.
It'll be my first light novel. That's my first
plays,
light novel of a long ass time.
Yeah,
Light
that kind of
novel,
plays back to like the original episode of this topic. The original episode of this topic, where in the beginning of the episode we talked about like a side-by-side telling of Garps come up in the Marines and Rogers come up, in the pirate world. It would be so fucking cool to fucking also get a side-by-side telling. Like imagine arc by arc, back and forth.
Yeah.
Ace arc, Sabo arc, Ace arc, bro, that could be done so well. I wish Oda had the time and energy to actually do something like that, because that would slap so hard. Out of anything that's ever gotten a side story, dog, obviously you'd probably want to do Garp and Roger first, but dude, if Oda had all the time and energy in the world, bro, all of these,
we gotta clone Oda to get that.
I swear to God, bro,
it's the only way. He doesn't got any more time. He's using it all for us already. He has zero amount of time left.
And when he's done with One Piece, his ass is off to an island somewhere, and he's about to be sipping mojitos for the rest of his life.
I hope so. I really hope he doesn't.
I do too, man.
Me too.
He deserves that shit.
He's definitely one of the hardest working comic book creators out there. But,
the GOAT, man. Gota.
Shout out to Gota, man. I know y'all have all seen that image where it's like, where it's his face edited over Jesus and shit, and then you got fucking Kubo like this, and Kishimoto's on his side, like
Toriyama even is under him, like Matthew, like my God.
Fun fact: that's actually not Oda on top of Jesus. That's actually Jesus on top of Oda. You know what I mean?
Look at that!
You know what I mean? Yeah.
The God. Yes.
All right, Kiko, you're up.
All right, am I up? Okay. So this is through the eyes of one character, but it is focusing on an event more so than anything. And this is the Ishval and War through the eyes of Tim Marco.
Let's fucking go.
The Crystal Alchemist.
Let's fucking go, bro.
Dr. Marco. So
yes.
So like before
this is so interesting. Oh my God, I'm so ready. Okay, go.
So before the Ishval and War, I guess it's not. It's so we need all. This is going to be kind of a total prequel to the Full Metal Alchemist story.
Yeah.
People are gonna have to forgive me a smidge because like the 2003 and the Brotherhood details kind of mesh together in my mind, and sometimes 100%. I'm not remember. Well, and I was reading
we're more privy, like me and you are more privy to the 2003 adaptation, just because that's the first one we ever got. That's the one that we kind of like respect more. Like we understand like Brotherhood's like place. You know what I mean? Right. We understand its message, but like I feel like me and you are like more, like 2003 fans than Brotherhood.
And I was reading the manga today just to kind of try to, just almost all day today. Almost all day today. Yeah, well, I just was trying to kind of piece the puzzles to get, of what's all canon here, because it's always kind of been like I never fully read Full Metal Alchemist, and I'm gonna keep going and just finish so I know exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
But anyway, so. Obviously, the Ishval War was a false flag fucking operation and used to get materials. Spoiler alert, I guess. Again, for the Philosopher's Stone. And so Dr. Marco is the one that's doing all this research, and basically the thing, we don't really get information. I wish we kind of would, because Philosopher's Stones have been created in the past, and they've been created by other cultures too. Ishval created their own Philosopher's Stone, which again, I think that's only a 2003 thing, and it might not be a Brotherhood or more canon thing, but regardless. So you look back on Dr. Marco, he's the one creating the red water, and he's the one in Lab 5, the hidden lab that's right next to the prison, using prisoners as human experiments to create the red water.
Yeah.
And during the war, Boss Gran, the brigadier general, well, he wasn't the brigadier general at the time. I feel like he was lieutenant colonel or something at the time.
He came into that later,
Yeah, and that kind of goes into where I'm going to go with like subsequent arcs. But yeah, so we need to see all of Marco's, his mind breaking, going through this terrible fucking, and he knows he's totally morally grounded. He knows what he's doing is wrong, and he's doing it anyway because, I mean, there's some brainwashing there, and there's some, duty type, honor type shit. Like, this is for the country and this is for the greater good of everybody, and that's the brainwashing shit he's getting hit with, which I would love to see from Boss Gran and from the Fuhrer and from all these people that are above him dictating him, as well as just seeing his psyche start to crack, going through all this traumatic fucking shit he has to do. And I just remember this scene, and I think it's so all this stuff where the canon diverges, or where from Brotherhood and the 03 version is after the like Lab 5 raid, where Ed now go there and like Greed is set free, and like that's where the canon diverges a lot. And so we did get a lot of hard-hitting dialogue and moments in the 2003 version that fleshed out a lot of the shit that Brotherhood didn't do, and Brotherhood didn't need to do because the 03 version was already there, and to kind of do it too, which that's kind of my issue with Brotherhood, is like I wish they still cared that much about a lot of these early moments. But yeah, so he's done all this shit that's obviously killing him inside. Boss Gran orders him to bring this red water to Ishval. We need this shit to end this war now. This is my job to end this war, and this is how we're doing it. And so I want to see that, as well as like him where he starts to decide for himself, like, because he escapes the war, he goes AWOL and runs away from the military completely, and takes all his research and as much red water as he can carry, and he got the fuck out of there. And before that, he codes his research notes into a cookbook, and because alchemy started in the kitchen, they say. And so I really want to see like more into this coding, and like, because you get to see a little bit of Ed and Al talk about like, okay, this takes 1 tablespoon of salt, and this takes 1 tablespoon of sugar, and that shit, and that's all chemistry. Code. I want some more chemistry in there, definitely. And then so he steals the red water and all this stuff, and then he's a traveling doctor, so there's like a lot of things that you can do like with that, like his time after he escapes. But I mainly want to focus on all the terrible shit he had to do, and then like his psyche cracking, and when he starts to decide that I need to leave these breadcrumb trails for somebody that's going to do the right thing, maybe, or whatever, obviously this should not be just free information for any fuckface to grab, because they're going to do terrible shit with it. And so that's still, I still want all the other arcs to be kind of like through his eyes, but so for future arcs could be, or not future, just other arcs could be, focus on Mustang's murder of the Rock Bells, and then Marco's reconciling in his mind, and him talking with Mustang to get him to in a place of peace with what he's done. Like, we know you just did something fucking just despicable,
atrocious,
but you did this, and you were ordered to, and this was in a wartime, and like you get some dialogue with Marco talking and developing a relationship with Mustang, because Mustang's the only one that knew Marco fled, and Mustang set that up for him to do, and basically supported his exit. So like I want to see their relationship, and then because Mustang's psyche also cracking throughout this, and
showing
that's
like what characters we're already familiar with. and like knowing who they are based in like the main story. Because we know there's so much history there with them, and they're all tied back to this event and this time period that you're talking about. It would be so cool to see their development from like the beginning of this event or the beginning of this time period to the character that we know now in the main story. Would be so fucking cool to see, dude.
Well, yeah, and I didn't know how like familiar all you guys were with, you know, the story or both the stories. So I didn't know like how much you guys could really participate, because like we can talk about like each one of these characters, because I want to like his relationship with Boss Gran, who's advancement at any cost. His psyche is, I'm going to advance in the military and I don't care what shit I got to do this. And it's not for any kind of, it's not like Aikenu where it's like justice at any cost. Like he has some kind of underlying like justice, like there's, you know, you sometimes you see Aikenu did nothing wrong type tweets and that kind of shit, which I'll never agree with, but there was,
he did some things weird.
But people will say like the justice is what mattered the most, and that's not Boss Gran. Boss Gran doesn't care about justice. This is all selfish for him. That he's going to advance, and I want to see all that shit. I also want to see the eyes, you know, like Marco seeing Kimberly, and like he has to give the red water to a fucking sociopath like Kimberly, who all he wants to do is kill people. He just enjoys burning and blowing people up, and there's just nothing else. And then Marco knows that he has to give this red water to Boss Gran, to fucking Kimberly, to all these like fucking terrible people that are about to exponentially increase their alchemic power. Like you get the flashback of like, so Boss Gran's the Iron Blood alchemist. He's got just like one gun, like a Buster Cannon, like Mega Man, and then he gets the Barrett. Fucking like a Barrett. That's good for right now. Remake. Hell yeah. But so he uses the fucking stone, and his whole body basically becomes a tank with fucking cannons every direction, boom, 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 and he just is annihilating all these people. You know, like I just want more. I want to see it all, obviously, and I want to go through that, and just, you know, Marco's take on all this and like how he's even dealing with this mentally, because the 2003 version does such a great job of
way more character driven,
and you get to see all this
time spent on the depth of the characters, and a lot of these emotional, like really emotional moments are really focused on inside of the 2003 adaptation, and a lot of it is like not canon, you know, or whatever, but like whoever wrote the filler of
good shit.
Like you should be writing the filler for every fucking thing that has you know what I'm
saying? It's really well.
That shit is so well done. Fuck yeah.
And then Armstrong as well. Armstrong, similar to Mustang, basically same thing. Like they want justice, they want to do the right thing. They're great people. They are good people trying to do the right thing, but they've gotten terrible orders to do terrible things, and they both have these mental breakdowns that they kind of lean on each other to get through all this time. And then of course we can, you know, Lieutenant Colonel Mace Hughes and Mace Hughes and Mustang's relationship. It's just like there's so much prior to the story,
much exposition, so much fleshing out that can be done.
I would just love it, and
that'd be incredible.
I love Full Metal Alchemist. Like I love both versions for their own reasons. And they're
both clearly doing different things and had different lanes that they wanted to.
So
sure.
And this is the problem with this, is that Marco dies in the 2003 version, and in the Brotherhood version, this part is canon that Marco does not actually die. It's a cover up. Scar, they have like a thing where Scar is supposed to kill him, but all he does is like completely like disfigure his face, and you don't know who he is anymore. You know, so it hit a lot harder in 2003 for me. Version, you know, like, and that's why I. Thinking about the 2003 version, that's my inspiration of this, to go look back at Marco, because like if in Brotherhood his story continues and there's more to him where he is fleshed out maybe a little bit more, but like I'm saying, I just couldn't imagine knowing that you're the sole creator of this fucking Philosopher's Stone, and that you have to give it to all these terrible people that are going to fucking just commit mass genocide with it. Dude. And how you reconcile with that, you know? Like, that's crazy.
That's a crazy story.
Awesome.
Bro, I'm reading it from chapter 1. Best believe. Best believe.
I would love it. I would love it.
Dude. Hell yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
So what? It's me?
That's you.
I think so.
All right. I'm gonna save my heavy hitter for the last, and I don't even know if it's necessarily a heavy hitter compared to things that I brought up before. Fisher Tiger might be the hardest thing that I fucking put out, but I want to focus on Bang from One Punch Man.
I was gonna do that too.
Bang would be so sick, bro. Dude, Bang would be so fucking sick, just because like kind of like dovetailing off like the reasons why Nick brought up Master Roshi is like whenever you have like a really old and you could do this with anybody.
Martial artist.
You can do this with anybody. Yamamoto from Bleach. You know what I'm saying?
Genkai.
Like, anybody.
We already talked about that.
And like those are like really like the reasons why these characters are so fucking cool. You know what I mean? Is because we know that there's a history there that the main story isn't going to give us because it's not centered around this character. How could you properly give us an entire story about a character that's 100 fucking years old inside of a story about a 13-year-old? You know what I mean? So it's like
definitely. So
like any of these old timers, you know what I'm saying? These grizzled, you know, like experienced, you know, characters. How could you possibly flesh them out properly? So Bang is really easy. But at the same time, inside of a world like One Punch Man, where everything is like superhero oriented, I feel like it would be really cool to get like a tried and true martial artist that brings himself up in this super powered world via training and technique rather than blessed, you know, special
Tatsumaki
ability.
fucking telekinesis shit.
You know what I mean? So like to make his way up the ranks as someone who is entirely determination, hard work, and focus oriented amidst, and you know, and we've had this conversation before, like One Punch Man, even though it's a superhero story, doesn't have too many examples of characters that are in the upper echelon of strength besides Metal Knight, besides Genos, you know, that have, you know, powers that can be explained outside of technique and training. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of S-class heroes that like don't have a fleshed out, you know, superpower with exposition behind it. You know what I mean? It's just like really strong characters, and obviously we got you see a lot more in like the scientific aspect of things. Or you have it inside of the, you know, hard work, determination.
What's his name? Child Emperor?
Yeah, you got Child Emperor, who's sci-fi based. You have Metal Knight, who's sci-fi based. Genos, who's sci-fi based. You have Watchdog Man.
Drive Knight.
That has to Drive Knight. Like these these things are either like phenomenon where it's like where did your ability come from? Like Tatsumaki, obviously you're Jean Grey. You know what I mean?
Flashy Flash is obviously
Flash is obviously just a cold-blooded ass.
The speed technique.
Like,
he comes from like a village.
I mean, like Flashy Flash is like Bang or whatever. You know, like
Samurai.
he came from a school and martial arts or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like as the front runner of technique based. You know, like learning. Bang.
Flashy Flash is stronger, but Bang is older, which I think like lends to a more in-depth like potential for a story. Flashy Flash is like, isn't he higher ranked than
the ranking?
ranked high.
The ranking.
No. Flashy Flash, I mean, if you're caught up in the manga, Flashy Flash is much stronger than Bang. He's like he is like super fast, and like Bang and what's his brother's name? Bomb. Bang. And,
that's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah,
Bang and Bomb. Like they to me, like I don't know, they're kind of being nerfed almost in the modern chapters of One Punch Man. Like even Blizzard is like protecting them from shit now. So it's like,
and I'm not entirely like I'm like still. I feel like I'm like maybe 5 to 10 chapters back on One Punch Man.
Right, and there's definitely stuff with them.
I've been reading like the newest chapters whenever there's like a hype on Twitter about it, just to, like go see it, because like One Punch Man isn't one where I feel like I necessarily, because like I'm coming out of like I read the original webcomic too, like up to a certain point, and like I'll go back and like look. I'm very weird with One Punch Man. I'm definitely not the same way that I am with any other story that I read, where I need to read every single chapter else I feel uncomfortable. So like I've seen some of the newer chapters of One Punch Man while not having like others filled in. Like I'll skip, you know, some shit. And same with the webcomic too. Like I followed the webcomic up until Saitama up until Black Sperm, I think actually.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So like I'm current in the.
But there's stuff after that where Bang and Bomb and Blizzard are doing things. And but like I'm not saying he's not strong. Like and maybe people would argue. Yeah.
I think it's because of the release schedule that like has me like skipping around as much as I do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think that really has a lot to do with it. But like any other story that I follow, I'm up to date and I've read every chapter for. But like One Punch Man has just always been different.
Well, it's all over the place. I mean, you get a chapter 1 month with like 30 pages, and then you get a chapter the next month with 120 pages.
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah. But I wanted to focus on Bang and Bomb because, like, obviously I'm a very like big like martial arts fanatic.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like any character, especially in one where martial arts is not the primary focus, and you have a martial arts character amidst a league of characters that have a whole bunch of different origins and styles, the martial arts character is going to stand out to me, especially when he's a ranking old timer that like you could tell is not the strongest, but knows the most. You know what I mean? And when you have like
what's Bang's rank? Isn't he like
he's S rank?
He's S rank for sure. I was gonna look it up.
I think you should look it up. But
like, I felt like he was higher ranked than Flashy Flash. But like even though Flashy Flash's fight with the two monsters,
the main reason why I'm bringing up Bang here right now is because Garo is his past disciple, and Garo is easily, by leaps and bounds, the best antagonist in the fucking series. You know what I mean? And one of the best antagonists and villains that I've really seen in the shonen genre. You know what I mean? So like he's at the very least in top 10. I'm not gonna really think about it too hard. I want to say he's in top 5, but like just the fact that Garo's origin stems from Bang makes me want a Bang origin story so bad, because seeing him on his come up to the creation of his dojo, and actually I don't think he even created the dojo. I think
it is his dojo.
It is his dojo. Okay, so I'm right there. But like,
I think they both created their martial arts styles.
Right. And then like seeing other pupils of his that came and went before Garo, seeing Garo as like the pinnacle of that discipline, and seeing his fall from grace fleshed out in a specific following of his story would be so fucking sick to fucking see. You know what I mean? And just like Bang's like, you know, how he deals with the Garo situation from when, and I don't remember exactly. I mean, obviously he would have to still be pretty old when Garo comes and goes from his dojo.
Yeah,
but like, I mean, the Garo shit is like pretty recent.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Like
let me talk about the ranking really quick here. Yeah. Since I did look it up. So 1, Blast, rank number 1. Number 2, Tatsumaki. Number 3, Bang.
Yeah. Oh, Bang is 3.
Yep. No, number 3 is King, isn't it?
I'm on the wiki right now. No, King is 7.
Oh,
Bang 3, Atomic Samurai 4, Child Emperor 5, Metal Knight 6, King 7, Zombie Man 8, Drive Knight 9, Pig God 10, Darkshine 11, Watchdog Man 12, Flashy Flash is 13. Now, I'm also going to say here that this list is not a power ranking because King is fucking
trash.
7th. Is fucking 7th, and he. Bang is. I'm just gonna say this right now, and people can disagree with me. Throw in the comments if you super disagree with me. Bang is not stronger than Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash is way stronger than Bang. And you can Kiko, you can disagree with me if you want to.
Look, bro, like Flashy Flash can be whatever the fuck Flashy Flash wants.
At the very least, Flashy Flash is way faster, so that counts for something.
Yeah, and definitely. But like, even though I haven't read like I've seen Flashy Flash, and like in the webcomic I've seen a little bit more of Flashy Flash, because you have like Black Sperm, you have the fucking like Saitama like tailing with Flashy Flash, you know, like story, which I don't even think I've seen that in the main story, but I know it happens.
That's hilarious.
That's super funny. But like then you would like go into like, have we seen Golden Sperm in the main story?
No.
Oh, my bad. Okay. I'm gonna stop. All right, I'm gonna stop. But
I'm just curious about the King comment.
Yeah, the King. Yeah. Okay, so I'm very confident that King was 3.
There's got to be new power rankings. Yeah, there has to be new
rankings. Yeah, because King.
It's not a power ranking because King is 7.
Well,
yeah, King is like a child. He's like a weak baby.
Yeah, King is. Nobody. I thought you were implying the King is actually.
Anyway, okay. Look, all right.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not a power ranking because he's like a.
Some people believe his power is like serendipity. Like
Yeah.
he is
he's like
lucky
Usopp. Yeah,
that-
He's like Domino.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He's so lucky that Saitama always manages to come and annihilate whatever threat is.
This is a
front
cool
of him.
conversation. I want to get back to
Yeah.
because I want to wrap my topic. I want to wrap
Definitely.
my pick up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right, but that was good. That was a cool conversation to have inside of a One Punch Man pick. But like the last thing that I want to say about M.A.N.G.A, which was kind of like going into what I was saying about his relationship with Garo, is that like his relationship with Bomb too, because I know that Bomb has something to do. At least I would assume that he has something to do with his with like this is a triangular relationship dynamic that we don't have information for inside of Bomb, Garo, and Bang. And I would just love, just because of the mystery that's like set there inside of their, you know, Garo's rise and fall from this dojo. And I would just love to see, and I know that one can write his ass off, so I would just love to see a side series like focused on Bang's come up, his meeting of Bomb, their training, their come up inside of this dojo, establishing it, feeling that they're in a good place, seeing a prodigious disciple come in, like this is going to be the one that like carries our name on, and then his fall from grace would be an incredible character arc for everyone involved. Because you probably have Bang there on like this is my disciple, you have Bomb there on like your disciple is tripping, and Bang is like, I don't care, this is my fucking prodigy, you know what I mean? So you have a lot of like dramatic elements, you know, that can go into their relationships inside of these arcs. And I would just love to see that fleshed out on like a character driven level inside of just a story driven level. Yeah.
I got a question, see if anybody knows this. So Bang's martial arts style is flowing water, smashing rock style.
But we get a lot of translations for that.
Yeah.
You remember when we talked about that on the show before? We had like 3 completely different translations for it.
Yeah. I always say flowing water, smashing rock. I feel like that's Viz, but whatever.
Anyway.
And Bang, is Bang or is Bomb the same style?
No.
Bomb is the steel
whirlwind, iron cutting.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I remember that now. So, yeah. So,
I'm looking that up.
They've both created their own fighting styles, or are they both...
Well, they're complementary
disciples?
styles. They're complementary styles. Like, so I don't know, semi-spoiler, I guess. We're pretty deep in the spoiler territory for One Punch Man right now. Generally, but they are complementary styles, as you can see, like when they fight together. You know, so their techniques like somehow just mesh perfectly with one another.
And they're probably related, I assume. Are they brothers? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they are brothers.
I think they're brothers. They talk about this each other. They're brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers. Canon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bomb is the older brother.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he definitely looks like a good 10 years older. You know.
I mean, they're both old as hell, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I always, you always get like the short, clean-haired old guy. I always say he's 60. I always say he's 60.
What does clean-haired mean?
You know, he's got a fresh fade, bro. Yeah, no, the one who just hit the barber. You know, like he just got faded up, bro. Bang's got, Bang has some fucking, clean hair.
He's got the Jackie Chun aesthetic going.
He's still going to the barber, whereas Bomb is done. I'm no longer caring about what I look like because I'm 85. You know, whereas. Bang's like 65. You know, he could still go to like seniors night and pick up something later, you know, like where Bomb's done.
Bomb's got the long ass Fu Manchu hair down to his ass. Like, fuck it. I'm living in fucking Arizona in the canyon.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's go into our last picks here before we round the conversation off.
I'll start this last round. I started Well, I got a little bit of a curveball here for y'all. One that I doubt y'all thought I was going to bring up.
What is it?
You know what I'm saying? And it's in the same vein of another one that I definitely was very close to bringing up that I just want to mention quick. You can have war arcs, whatever, political shit. Yujiro Hanma would be a great one. But along the same veins of that, I think a great character to have the side story for. Not a side story, a spin-off story.
Yeah.
A character from Juni Tyson.
The
only warrior, I believe, that we did not get a backstory for.
Rabbit?
Usagi! Yo! This would be an incredible story.
This would be so sick. And
not only
such
could
a crazy pick.
Yes. Not only because you have like
backstory on his
political
costume
shit,
alone.
they're used. They're
Buddy
used.
he got some explaining to do. Sorry.
Yeah, his
They're
costume
used in,
his character design is wild. Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
they're used in like battles. Like, so obviously you can have war arcs. Him, like, you know, and he seems like the type of person that really has no alignment, like a mercenary. So he could be getting like a paid mercenary, just doing different shit.
Yeah.
And then the backstory on how he got his fucking ability.
Yeah, dude, necromantism.
Come on now.
Necromantism is like that's the first time in that series that I've heard necromancy be called that, necromantist. And I can't remember like the explanation that they have for calling it that instead of necromancer.
Yeah, well, and he specifically there. Like somebody was like, "Oh, you're a necromancer," and he's like, "Necromantist."
Yeah, and I can't remember the delineation that they made, but there's this distinct separation between necromancer and necromantist. Someone in the comments, if you feel like looking it up, like feel free to like let me know like what the difference on that is. But like that was such a crazy way to like hear that ability be called that. But yeah, that would be super crazy. So like, was he always crazy? So like and usually when you have these psychotic characters, there's always something about their origin or something about their childhood that makes it make sense.
There's a breaking point.
Yeah, there's always it's very rare that you just have a motherfucker that comes out of the womb like kill everyone and it doesn't matter who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like you never really see that. You know,
like it's war, and he's like watched his parents get killed, and it was like, and he came out the next day in high heels and a thong with a rabbit.
Like, where'd those ears come from? Where'd the bunny tail come from?
Like,
you're still all human to a certain degree. Like everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some kind of like biological science fiction element to his origin.
Well, and even the side of like
or he's just putting bunny side of ears and a fucking Peter Rabbit tail on his shit.
Yeah. Even the side of like a lot of these warriors come from like really influential families, like with the name of their shit, right? Yeah. So what's up with his family or his school or what's this rabbit?
The rabbit before him.
Yes. Are they fucking nuts too?
This is such a good pick.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's not a lot for us to go off because this is a 12 episode story.
Yeah, very
right.
But quick. Like so many questions. I hadn't even thought, bro. Very good pick.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Usagi. I don't really got much else to say about it, man.
Okay. Okay, but that's great. I love that. Who's next?
I'll go next. And in the interest of time, I'm just gonna say who I got and let y'all go crazy.
Yeah, what do you got?
Do it.
So just a quick thing I have to say is that we are definitely going to get the information that we're going to speculate on wildly, but I got to say Makima. We need to know about Makima.
Bro, Makima. Okay, so if you're not reading Chainsaw Man,
just
what are you
close
doing?
Your ears.
Yeah,
close
your ears. Like one, close
and
your
what
ears.
Are you doing?
Second, no.
Skip
Before you close
probably.
your ears, what are you doing, man? Fucking Chainsaw Man is fucking incredible.
Get your life together.
Get your fucking life together. Reevaluate your
Mm-hmm.
fucking life choices and read fucking Chainsaw Man. Now that you've heard that, close your fucking ears because it's spoiler time, baby.
Yeah, so obviously we're gonna we can just go into like all arcs, right? Any devil contract she has, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
we can learn about all that.
Of her not being a devil hunter, becoming a devil hunter, being the tightest devil hunter or whatever, and then getting to the position that she has in her division.
Yes.
Let me throw a wrench in this conversation right now. And so we say she's a devil hunter, right?
Yeah.
What if she's not a devil hunter and her ability, one of her devil contracts is manipulating people's minds, and that's why people like Kusakabe or whatever is like, we gotta fucking shut this shit down. She is bad news, and she is like tricking people like Denji and Aki into like being on her team, but she's actually not on the team at all.
Dude, chill out.
Yeah, that's kind of how I always felt like. I mean, maybe not exactly that, just the fact that it's so much mystery around her that, I mean, you have no idea if this is like totally personal, like totally a selfish, adventure she's on, right? Like everything is totally for her, and that she's going to manipulate all these people and all these systems. Obviously, she's a very high-ranking government official. Like, I always love that shit. Like, that's kind of the basis for this. I mean, not really. This is fucking Makima we're talking about. There's a million fucking things we could talk about, but the government, just raising through the ranks of the Public Safety Association or whatever the fuck that is,
So sick.
Because there's definitely political underhandedness that she used to get to where she is.
And how much of that is based on her devil contracts, which would be a really cool, dynamic to get inside of her character arcs. Absolutely. Or inside of her character arcs.
Well, and to be like a
story arcs,
to be like a cold, calculated, like killing, just manipulative person, like she is, like her upbringing and her life, man. She's seen some shit.
Some shit. Kishibe also, as a quick little throw in there, would be a crazy fucking origin story to get to.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kishibe,
you can do a couple.
That's the
yeah.
Hell yeah.
The best devil. I mean, I guess kind of technically, like Dean's the best devil hunter.
Rank, I think he is the best devil hunter there is.
Yeah.
It's like a Whitebeard situation, right? Where I think
your epithet does not necessarily reinforce, very strongly exactly what you are in the world.
Well, it's like in Marineford, Whitebeard's like, oh, he's like, I'm old now. He's like, he can't be the strongest forever. And then you had Kwang Shi, like, you ain't shit now. You ain't even got shit to give a fucking devil for a contract. Like you're all skin and bones, and you ain't.
Whitebeard, until the end of his life, had the strongest man in the world epithet. You
know
what I mean? But I mean, like, when did that stop being true?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, dude.
So much. We'll get it
at some point.
Yeah,
we'll get it sometime.
And we do basically what I brought up here every week on our main episodes. So just come check out our. First of all, read. First and foremost,
come catch up on the manga first.
First of all, it's the manga with the least chapters that we cover, so it's the easiest one to get caught up in, and then start watching our main show. And if you haven't read all the other stuff, I mean, I guess still, what are you doing? But two, we have timestamps, and you can just watch the Chainsaw Man joint if you need to. And we speculate wildly every week about this
every week.
But,
that's one of the craziest segments we have, honestly.
But yeah, Makima is one of the most. I mean, there's so many adjectives you can use, like
so many questions.
Yeah,
so much goes into Chainsaw Man analysis every week. That it's like.
She's the most intriguing, mysterious, fucking dangerous, like character in anything I read. I think, period. Right now, it's very.
Well, let's. You had a beautiful sales pitch for Chainsaw Man there, so I think we should tie that off and not add any more spoilers to this conversation, so we can have that last bit as. Let's just read it. Come join us in the weekly in the pod. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
All right.
Am I next up then?
You are next.
All right. I'm going to do another One Piece pick.
Okay.
I've already given my explanation for why I think it's really easy to do One Piece picks. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to spin the topic a little bit. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to be like Kiko a little bit. I'm going to cheat a little bit. This is not necessarily a spin-off series. Okay. Too bad. I'm taking it. We can fight over it later.
He stole my whole flow, bar for bar, word for word.
I'm going to propose.
Thank you, Charla.
As instead of a spin-off series, I mean, it kind of is, but like an alternate history series, an alternate universe series. So
I like that.
And I think we can talk about this forever, I'm sure, but I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to say a question. I'm going to ask a question to the group here.
Yeah.
So, scenario: Ace, Sabo, Luffy, they actually did follow Garp's advice and they became Marines instead of pirates.
Yeah, dude.
Now, think about that for a second. And now here's my question. Instead of like going over like all the arcs that would happen or whatever.
Yeah.
I have one main question. Given the world, given what we know of the world of One Piece, if Ace, Sabo, Luffy did become Marines,
how high
would they still get back to being opposed to the world government? Would they become a Garp?
Yes.
Yeah.
100% absolutely.
Too obvious of a question, I guess.
And no, it's not too obvious of a question because you can look at all of the potential timelines.
Well, I was going to expand on that anyway. Like, when do they do? Like, when do they deviate?
Sure.
Exactly.
What events would happen?
Incredible dramatic dynamic inside of all three of them because they're all going to reach that point at a different time. You would assume. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's all one blanket event that wakes them all up and have them go, wait a minute. But maybe inside of their individual experiences, Luffy sees something that raises his eyebrow first. You know what I mean? And has him go, I don't really know about all this shit. And then Sabo and Ace are like, oh, come on, bro. It's Marine or die. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, bro. And Luffy's like, you know, like kind of the first one that kind of like trails off. And then he's trying to convince the other two, like, nah, bro, don't you think this is weird? And they're like, nah, bro, it's Marine shit, you know. And then Ace is like, Ace sees something that's like, hold on, this
Eagle, what are you feeling?
This motherfucker Luffy's spitting. Yeah,
I'm gonna just let Noxie. He's spitting.
Well,
right
I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like it could go in like a certain. It doesn't have. It could either be all at once, where they all experience something at the same time that lets them go, no, thank you. But I feel like it would be more dramatic and it would be more realistic if one of them realizes something at one point, the other two are opposed to it. Now, well, if you inside of their camp,
right. If you think about like the story as it is when they're pirates, you know, like just because they're all pirates or all Marines doesn't mean they're going together on their journey.
Sure,
obviously Ace and Sabo are going to leave the island first and start their journeys through the ranks, and they might get split up into different divisions or something. So I think what you're saying is totally right, that they would come to these conclusions at different rates or whatever, based on separately.
But they
I thought of an interesting dichotomy.
Advice, regardless of their ranks and regardless of whatever, they would still all come together as brothers and be like, hey man, I'm seeing some fucking weird shit in here, man.
Right. Like, and they would get official meetups that are like sanctioned by like the system, you know what I mean? Like when they all go train or something. So they'll have those arcs of those like, you know, interstitial periods between the arcs of where they're like meeting up or whatever.
Well, and there's not only the infighting between the three of them, there's going to be infighting with Garp. And not only Garp, of course, like, you know, any other, you know, superiors, obviously none of these guys deal well with authority. So like, I mean, especially Luffy and Ace. Sabo is, we just don't have enough on him, right? Like, and he seems like the most laid back, the most like reasonable, and the most like logical of the ones that could maybe do some mental gymnastics to remain a Marine. Or the other two, they would definitely find a time in their you know careers as a Marine to say, no, fuck all this. This is wrong.
Well, I find it interesting that you said that, because at an earlier stage in the conversation, when I kind of like had an epiphany, I was like, I thought of an interesting dichotomy where Sabo being a royal was already like very vehemently against the corruption and shit. So for him to join the Marines in the first place, it would take a much bigger impactful change or event in his life to where he would be much more mentally set in that mindset of like, I'm a Marine, this is right, you guys are wrong for wanting to become pirates. And it would create an interesting dichotomy in the story to where he might even play a part similar to Garp down the line, where he has to sit there at Marineford and watch Ace get executed or Luffy get executed because he feels so strong in his beliefs.
Wow.
Damn.
Because it might take a lot bigger change in the first place for him to join them, and he would be much more opposed to leaving.
That would be crazy. Hell yeah. Incredible. That's such a thought-provoking pick.
Yeah, that could be its own episode.
Yeah, that could be its own episode for sure. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to me then to round the conversation off.
Do it.
Wrap that up.
And I'm glad that I could bring this up now with all of us here. Because who I'm trying to talk about to round the conversation off is a man that was known as Lucius Artorius Castus. Shit, Arthur!
Damn. Yes. Okay.
Yo.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Okay. Yes.
And there's not a lot that I really.
When you said Lucius, I'm like, hold up. And then I heard Artorius, I'm like, yo, okay. Yo, an Ocelot side story would be fucking incredible.
And this would be so sick. This would be so sick because like we get his backstory in a monologue that he has. Obviously talking to Thorfinn and Thorkel and Canute after he kills Bjorn. And this backstory was so perfectly placed in the story of Vinland Saga because his character is introduced as this shisty ass I'll take any job you got. Just give me the gold.
Pirate.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a pirate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and he's having the conversation with Floki, and Floki's like, we got to take out Thor's. And you're like, that's my guy, though? So, like, if this dude is going to, like, take out Thor's, then, like, I don't fuck with this man. And then he takes out Thor's, which you didn't think he was going to do, because Thor is that man. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, and even in that moment, you're like, fuck, dude, I hate this dude.
Yes,
but
yes.
He's a man's man because, like, he kept his word, and he did, man. It's like, it's so hard right away to not fuck with Ocelot.
Yes, and
so you obviously have the arc of after he's a child, he's the child of a slave, but also the child of a slave who is also spoiler given
to us.
But so you have the arc of between his flashback of a child and like growing this pirate crew, growing this relationship with the Welsh or whatever, his home country, and like he's had this plan obviously for decades, to liberate the Welsh and to establish
Blackbeard
the Welsh
level
as
planning.
Right.
So it's like
exactly.
Seeing that plan happen over decades or whatever, it would be so phenomenal,
dude. And honestly, like, I don't
and just
remember the
seeing
mangaka's name, bro, but he can write his fucking ass off, bro.
Yeah,
and you can tell that he really, really liked Ocelot.
Oh yeah,
like a lot. Dude. You know what I mean? And to get a side story focused on his origin, more fleshed out than what we get in the main series, in that monologue that we get, and I would just like, and it's not too often, especially with a character that's written as well as Thorfinn. It's not too often that I even want a side, obviously all of the picks that I've said are good candidates for side series, but like I feel like besides Vinland Saga and M.A.N.G.A, there aren't too many times where I've sat and gone, this should be about this character instead. Like there are characters that I feel like definitely deserve their own story, but the main character is definitely worthy of this story by himself or by herself. But like Vinland Saga and M.A.N.G.A, I'm like, dude, this really should have been about Sinbad. This really should have been about Ocelot. This is a way more interesting origin that we're getting inside of this flashback monologue. That like Thorfinn, like we've seen Revenge a million times.
I was so mad.
You know what I mean? Like we've seen Revenge a million times.
Well,
the way that he
get up on that manga. Get up on that manga.
No. I know what's cracking with the manga. But like just like from a conceptual standpoint.
Yeah.
Initially, it's like, okay, Revenge is cool. Inside of the prologue, Thorfinn's an incredible character. Obviously, we don't see what Thorfinn really is until going into the Farmland saga. But like the entire time in that prologue, I'm like, Ocelot, though.
Yes.
Even Thorkel. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude.
And they also bring up it's a weird thing to me because they bring up the history of like King Arthur. You know what I mean? He's like King Arthur is a legend and I'm fucking King Arthur.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He basically says that. But he kind of like passes off like, okay, maybe Canute is King Arthur. Maybe is Thorfinn King Arthur? He kind of like passes it off of himself, but like obviously he's King Arthur and it's like, what the fuck happened? Like how do you kill King Arthur?
But there's so much depth to his character because he has that self-awareness. Like maybe the world doesn't revolve around me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just so cool to see that depth in his character in such a short character arc. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just so much to him that you just don't see in characters that have equal focus in other stories. And obviously this is a seinen book, so it's like it's gonna be a little bit more like character driven in depth, and especially inside of antagonists. But still, like,
well, and there's just so much stealth and guile with Ocelot, and just like the inner monologues, bro.
His inner monologues are so gas,
bro. And just a whole series of that would be so fucking
so
fire,
good.
Oh, Ocelot is an amazing pick.
Thank you. Fuck yeah. I knew I wanted that to be my anchor, cause bro.
Yes.
Well, and as somebody who's only seen the anime, spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't seen the anime. I don't. Again, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I mean, one of the best
like,
animes I've ever seen. One of the best first seasons of anime.
The best. I'm going to say it confidently. That's the best first season of any anime I've ever seen.
Man.
Yeah. Well, when I
there.
was so taken aback by the fact, again, spoiler alert, that he dies because like I was like, this is clearly like the driving force for the entire fucking story.
Right, because
and
of
now,
Thorfinn.
Now he's gone.
And Thorfinn doesn't get his closure.
Yeah.
And how many stories have done that? How many revenge stories have done that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
none.
Doesn't get his closure
And you
and
don't
loses
realize
his dagger.
until you start reading the manga that like obviously that's a big shock that you get. You're like, what is Thorfinn gonna do now? This is his whole entire motivation. But you don't realize at that moment until way later that this is a brilliant way to develop a character. What are you going to do now that you cannot complete your entire series up until this point goal that everyone thought you were going to get to do and everyone was waiting for you to do?
Yep.
So you're like, this is anticlimactic, but you're like, no, this is amazing, brilliant character writing.
Right.
Well, and
in the making.
He's like, what are you gonna do with your life after I'm dead?
Yeah.
And Thorfinn's like, pauses and he's like, he just kind of chuckles. He's like, yeah, you stupid kid, you haven't even thought about it.
Yes.
And that's where
He's like, this is why I fucking hate kids.
as violent as Vinland Saga is, it isn't a revenge story.
Yes,
it is a story about how revenge is dumb as fuck and violence is dumb as fuck.
Yes.
And it's a non-violent anime or story
and
using a ton of violence.
I'm gonna put one more spoiler out there. Close your ears if you want. Eagle, you probably should close your ears. You both
close your ears right now.
Kiko,
Both
you should
of
probably
two.
close your ears right now too. Get that. Mute me. Please mute me. I'm so hyped right now. I have to say this.
I can't hear.
Bro.
Oh, you
Nickums. When you get the panel of Thorfinn grabbing the fucking hands and not at the same way Thor's does.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Luckily, that was not as big a spoiler as I thought it was gonna be. That's just badass as fuck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But the parallel there,
1 second.
the parallel there is crazy. To see those two panels side by side of Thor's going, I don't need a weapon.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why, and then Thorfinn going, I don't need a weapon.
Yeah.
And doing the exact same move. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done.
Spoiler off. We're good. We're back.
It's interesting that you said that though, Nick, about how this is a story about how revenge is stupid, and then the main character has to move past that and find. Asalad, dude. Asalad is the fucking GOAT, dude. Asalad is a legend, bro. He even said that. He's like, bro, like this is not your fight. He's like, your fight. He's like, your destiny is to go. I forget the exact wording, but he was like, your destiny is to go beyond the place where Tors was trying to go. He was like, that's your fight, son of Tors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much telling like, he recognized in Thorfinn that he was as OP as Thor's as was. You know, he could be as that OP. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
beautiful.
The thought that you get once Asalad dies is, okay, so like now what is Thorfinn aiming to become? And then you think back to Thorfinn's, or you think back to Tors's dialogue with Thorkel in the flashback when he's running away with Hilda, and is that his wife's name?
Helga.
Yeah, Helga.
He's running away with Helga and Thorfinn, and the daughter as a baby, and he's like, I don't need a sword anymore.
Yep.
So you're like, oh. So this is where Thorfinn is going now,
right?
You know what I mean?
I mean, I just love the part with Thor's and Thorfinn. You know, where he's like, Thorfinn, you have no enemies.
You have no enemies in this.
You have no need for this sword. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like I'm just like, oh,
no one has any enemies. All that shit is false perception.
Yeah.
Watch it, read it,
Get in there. Get in there.
And a true warrior doesn't need a sword.
That's right. That's right. And that's why Kiko chose martial arts over swordsmanship in the QA episode that we fucking did. If you remember that. If you haven't seen that, peep that.
That's stupid though. Like that's like asking me, like how do you pick between, But I'm just the break that keeps rolling through my mind.
That was such a cool question that I saw come in because I was like, as someone who like is very involved in all of the social media aspects of Project Manga. Obviously, I saw a lot of these questions, and I didn't want to say anything to the guys when we were doing the Q&A, but I saw that question come in. And I was like, oh shit.
I still don't.
This person has seen every episode of our show and is asking this.
I honestly can never give you.
Yeah. But you had an amazing answer. Yeah, you had an amazing answer. But I'm gonna wrap the episode up. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been an incredible conversation. Obviously, now that Nick is here, there's a completely different layer to the conversation. I feel like this iteration of the topic is way better than the first one. But definitely still go back and watch part 1 of this discussion because we had a lot of really good picks in there. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This has been an incredible episode of the Project Manga podcast inside of the Tangential Tie-In series. Make sure you smash the like button if you enjoyed the episode. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you're new here. And you can hit the little bell icon next to subscribe and we'll chirp y'all when the new episode is live. Visit the link tree in the description box down below. That's going to be where I give you the link to the original episode that we did of this topic, as well as our link tree everywhere we are on social media, including our individual social media accounts and our online communities, the Discord, which is cracking. Also, other ways that you can consume the podcast on the audio-only platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. Make sure that you join us and definitely turn the notifications on because we're going live this Saturday at 9 p.m. Central for our 500 subscriber appreciation stream. And other than that, I think that just about does it. Also, another giveaway coming soon. I didn't mention that in the beginning, but we have another giveaway.
Whole lot of gang shit.
Whole lot of gang shit. Project Manga, baby. We taking over. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's Noxie.
It's your boy Kiko.
Eagle in this bitch.
And Nickums.
We'll catch y'all next time.